So, as a citizen of the Silicon Valley, specifically San Jose, it can safely be concluded that we are extremely academically focused. Most students at schools in the Bay are constantly worrying about their GPA, their class rank, the number of AP classes they take, what extracurricular activities they do, etc. In some cases, students are too focused on academics, and the reason behind this is because the community pressures students to be academically elite. Now, there isn't really anything bad about that. Having a strong academic background is an extraordinary thing and a very vital aspect in the intellectual growth of students. However, it does come with its drawbacks. This pure focus on academics limits the growth of students in other aspects of life, the main one being negligent to the importance of talking, the importance of speaking up, the importance of standing up for one another. I realized this issue during a lunch in 10th grade, time traveled back 2 years. Me and my friends were sitting on a bench, eating our lunch, talking about our Clash of Clans bases, judging each other on what town hall level we were. I mean, it was a pretty big thing for us. At least for me, it was the only thing I was half decent at. Amidst the discussion, we turn to our right and we see a horde of students, literally the whole main quad, take out their phones and rush over to the right side of the school. And it really took me and my friends by surprise. We had never seen that before. What could be so important that everyone stops eating their food, everyone stops talking to each other, and takes out their phones and trample each other to get to one location? I'm not gonna lie, my first instinct was that Stephen Curry and Elon Musk both had walked on to campus at the same time. I got a little too excited as they're my biggest role models. Intrigued by this horde, I slowly made my way over to the same spot as everyone else, hesitant as to what to expect. As I approached the scene, however, I saw a literal fight. One 6'5" huge football dude swinging at another football dude in a physical and pretty verbal confrontation. Now, I don't know if this is unfortunately or unfortunately, but I wasn't really surprised by the fight scene. I was more surprised by the scene around it. There was a gathering of about half the school, everyone with phones in their hands, and everyone chanting for the person they wanted to win. I was genuinely expecting someone to walk in, someone to stop this fight, but no one really did. It was the school staff that had to hurry over and break up the fight. I was amazed, not in a good way or a bad way, rather in a sense that I had absolutely no idea what just happened. I was amazed at the lack of respect that the crowd had. I was amazed at the fact that no one stopped the fight. Now, I am also a victim of the same situation, a situation where I should have said something, but I didn't. A few years ago, while picking up my long-awaited treasure, six-piece chicken McNuggets from McDonald's for dinner, as any 10-year-old would be very excited for, I was a victim of a pure xenophobic attack. While ordering, a woman angrily taps me on my shoulder. I was startled, so I turn around and this is all I hear. Go back to your country. We don't want you here. You hear that? You're completely useless. This had completely caught me by surprise. Never had I had someone talk to me in that way. Ever. I just stood there glassy-eyed, staring at the woman as she kept yelling at me. Your type ruins everything for us, blah, blah, blah. I just kept staring at her as if I was in some sort of trance, as if she had cast a spell on me. I wanted to talk back. I wanted to respond, but I didn't. I just let her ramble, let her take advantage of my silence, let her use my silence as my leverage for her xenophobic remarks. It wasn't the first time this lady had done something similar. In fact, the next situation was with my mom. This day, I had gone shopping with my mom to Whole Foods. It took us a while, as all grocery trips do, which is why I don't want to go grocery shopping a lot of the time. Somehow, from somewhere, the same lady comes up to us and starts targeting my mom, making the same baseless remarks from before. I witnessed my mom's face flush color in front of me. I witnessed her being emotionally torn apart. I witnessed her trying to respond. This angered me. As her son, I wanted to talk back. I wanted to stop this lady from breaking down my mom further, but I didn't. I just listened and I didn't say a word. And this still infuriates me to this day. Had I said something, this lady may have realized that everyone is not as easy to pick on, and that everyone does not tolerate her behavior. It may have saved another mother, father, son, sister, brother, etc. from such remarks. Unbeknownst to me, she could and probably did attack others in the same way. But the real question is, why? Why didn't I speak up? Why didn't the people surrounding the scene speak up? Why didn't the students witnessing the fights do anything to stop it? I would like to introduce to you all to a monster, both my best friend and my worst enemy. Now, this monster lives inside each of us, gnawing at our urge to speak up in certain times. It limits our voice, and that is its only job, to limit our voice. I would like to name this monster introversy. No matter how much of an extrovert you may be, introversy will always be inside. It's the same monster that grabs onto your voice, even for a split second, when you see someone do something outside the social norm. This is also known as hesitation. It's the same monster that motivates us to stray away from a certain situation, as we do not want to get more mangled in it. This is also known as avoidance. I'm sure everyone, including people who are extremely outspoken, have had moments where they realized, maybe even after a few days, that, oh, I should have said something. And the reason behind this realization is introversy. Introversy becomes more and more powerful with such scenarios. When this power surpasses a certain threshold, it takes over our body. Then even when we have the drive to stop certain situation, the motivation to stop the next person from getting berated, we don't. This is exactly what had happened to me during the Whole Foods incident. Introversy became more powerful than my will to talk. So what can we do to get rid of introversy? The truth is, it is not completely possible to get rid of it. Introversy will stay no matter what the magnitude of steps one takes to suppress it. The best we could do, however, is to lessen its power, lessen its grip on our voice. The first step to this is recognizing the effect that introversy has on us, and recognizing that it truly exists and motivating yourself to find your voice. Finding this sense of motivation is over half the battle. The next step is pretty basic and is taught in almost all self-care classes that exist. The art of journaling. Spend 5 to 10 minutes every day before bed writing your thoughts down in a journal. What morals do you live by? How do you express these morals? How did you express these morals? What do I think about X situation? What did I not do today that I could do better tomorrow? Answering these questions every day will expose a side of you that you never knew you had, in a good way. This will not only make you more confident, but also more willing to go out and start talking. The third and perhaps most important step is a change in mindset. This is perhaps one of the hardest changes one could bring in their life. Now, I like to think of a mindset as a lens. It's a portal through which you view the world. There are various types of mindsets. However, the most significant ones in this situation are the fixed versus growth mindset. If one has a fixed mindset, they are scared of challenges. They're not willing to make change in their lives. They are not willing to put an effort. They're not willing to find their voice. These ideals are on the complete contrary to what is necessary to suppress introversy. We all need to have a growth mindset. We should be open to change and embrace the challenges we may face. We should be willing to put in the required effort. We should be motivated to build new abilities that will not only positively affect yourself, but help others around you. The fourth step is applying this in the real world. Remember the whole fight situation I introduced? If something similar happens again and you're in the crowd, you step out of your comfort zone and express your voice. Remember the McDonald's and Whole Foods situation? You peacefully respond. Now, personally, one resource that I use to streamline this whole process is Project Bold, where I utilize the advantages of a specialized curriculum that addresses this exact issue, the suppression of introversy. I connected to thousands of students across the world that are pursuing their voice, and you all can do the same. So let's get through this process together, and let's all find our voices and create a meaningful change on the community we all love. Let's beat introversy. Let's beat hesitation. Let's beat avoidance. And finally, let's project our voices. Thank you.